One, two, three. Hello guys, nice to have you here again. I really do hope that you enjoyed our last episode with Katy being our guest and talking about lots of different things about traveling, about her work, about series. Was really great. I'm happy to have her here again, and we're gonna talk about and make more people aware of really really big topic, in my opinion, that more and more people should be informed.
Indeed. So,
Thank you for inviting me again. It's lovely to be with you.
indeed, well, if you guys still didn't know, like Katy is like one of the most people that listening to our episode every week. But thank you, Katy. Like we cannot do anything like more besides just invite you. We just like appreciate you. You're an amazing woman. As I said in the previous episode, I just can't cope with what you do. I'm just speechless. Sorry.
Thank you. And I really appreciate your podcast. It's really interesting, and I really like hearing your opinion on different
Thank
topics.
you.
I'm actually really impressed.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Also, thanks a lot for the support. You, together with my brother and a few other people, you are since the beginning with us, and always being really supportive and positive, and also telling us how we could improve. So that means a lot. Okay, so let's start from there. You said that you worked for a organization that is helping children, but you're also part of a, how did you call it, foundation or?
Yes, it's a women's foundation, and
Okay.
it's called Endometriosis and Reproductive Health.
Okay, so tell us more about maybe first introduce us with what endometriosis is, and then we're gonna talk about what you're doing.
Yes, thank you for this question. Well, first of all, endometriosis is a disease of the women's reproductive system where tissue similar to the uterus lining attaches to other places like the ovaries, the fallopian tubes. It can also attach on the bowel and other organs outside the reproductive system. It has also been found in the brain of women and in some other very distant places in the body. Well, it's a disease that most commonly causes pain. This is the most common symptom. In some women, it is pain during their menstrual period, but it's a very different experience for every woman. Some women don't have any pain at all. They have other symptoms like infertility, but infertility is also not found in all women. Additionally, endometriosis can be very difficult for some doctors to diagnose. usually it needs to be diagnosed by a gynecologist.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be mistaken with some other diseases that look similar and have similar symptoms, like some diseases on the bowel and many others that have symptoms which are not so specific. And this makes prophylactics really difficult, because if doctors cannot easily diagnose it, and also it's not very popularly known in the society. Well, in most societies, women's reproductive system and periods are still a taboo topic. For example, in Bulgaria. How about in Indonesia, El?
Well, it's kind of a little bit taboo for like people that not come from the city, but from people in the city, it's kind of like, well, they are like literally like opening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we definitely still need like a campaign about that in Indonesia, because a lot of people still uh don't know about what their menstrual thing, something like that. Even though like me in the beginning, like I didn't know, and sometimes I have like menstrual thing, like three once every 3 months, something like that. But now it's kind of normal. But like our parents didn't tell us much about that too. That I mean, like didn't encourage us, except for like how to use pad and something like that. But yeah, we definitely need more campaigns about that in Indonesia, because like I'm kind of like in the next generation, especially like my cousin, something like that, and she still don't know what to do and what what happened in her body, something like that. So yeah, we need to encourage people in Indonesia about that.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with you. It's a topic that still needs to be enhanced in many societies. For example, me as a teenager, I was quite informed by my mother,
Mm-hmm.
but I know many other girls that whose mothers didn't speak to them about this at all. And at school, we don't get enough education about this topic, which is a big problem. And well, when I was 21 and I
Mm-hmm.
went to the gynecologist for the first time, he saw an ovarian cyst, and he was not very sure if it's endometriosis or just a regular cyst. So he sent me to a more specialized doctor, and the other doctor was also not sure.
Okay.
So they put me on the contraceptive pill for 3 months, and then the cysts did not disappear. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
it grew bigger, and I had to have my first surgery, which really confirmed endometriosis. Then, for many years, I was again on the contraceptive pill, and I had to go through some very tough therapies, some hormonal treatments. For 6 months, it was like I was going to menopause,
Mm-hmm.
and it was terrible. Then, of course, it all went away after I stopped the therapy. but it was still the most terrible part of my life so far. I felt really badly. And then, uh, 7 years after my first surgery, I needed a second one. And this is probably one of the biggest problems with endometriosis, that it often reappears. And yeah, maybe
But
the
when
biggest
you,
problem, yeah.
sorry, I mean, like when you go to gynecologist and
Mm-hmm.
maksudnya, yeah, and check about your body and something like that, do you feel afraid though?
Well, the first time I felt afraid, but then after so many years, I have been through so many exams
Mm-hmm.
and so many doctors that I don't feel afraid anymore. I'm not even afraid from surgeries.
Okay. Well,
But women who
yeah.
face this for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
they are probably really scared. They have no idea what is happening with their bodies. They might be having symptoms that are unexplained, and this is terrible. You feel so not understood by anyone.
So basically, like I have this one close friend. Uh, I don't know what's wrong with her body, but he's fine. She's fine from like she's very fine and very healthy until like um I believe she said to me like in the beginning of high school year, freshman, something like that. And she started getting sick, like not the menstrual part, but like everything. And she's kind of focused on like cure those disease that she got. And then like early in the college year, she realized that uh, she didn't have that period like every month. Sometimes she just like had period like what twice a year. Sometimes like once a year,
Wow.
something like that. That's very I don't know, kind of sad for me. And she starting seeing like doctor and gynecologist and some professor that like expert in those areas. Um, but at the end of the day, uh, like some doctor suggests that she need to get that Mrs. Fee check, to see what's wrong inside
Mm-hmm.
her body. But her mom, her mom doesn't allow it because like she's virgin, so she's virgin, like didn't want anything like go inside her and something like that. So it's kind of like I'm kind of like sad for her, but at the same time, like why your mom doesn't allow it? It's just for your health. So at the same time, it's kind of taboo, but at the same time, you need to do that, because like she take pills, like a lot of pills to like to make to make period happen. Sometimes she got this cramp, sometimes this there's a period happening, but she said to me like, well, I cannot take this anymore because like it's just not affect my period cramp something like that, but it affects it has side effects and I cannot do that anymore, something like that, blah blah blah. And some doctor diagnosis her like she's got what you call like male hormones a lot than her female hormones. And
Mm-hmm.
so she takes like hormones pills and like that, and it doesn't work, and she need to change the doctor and something like that. And the last doctor said that Well, we need to get her vagina checked, because we didn't know what happened inside her. But once again, her mom doesn't know it because of like kind of silly reason, So it's kind of like sad for me and I cannot help. I don't know. I cannot do anything for her. I'm so feel sad for her too. But what do you think about that?
It's really sad because the mother is misinformed and obviously not very concerned about her daughter's health, and it's really dangerous for the daughter.
Yeah.
I really hope that she can increase her knowledge and realize that her daughter is having some health problems. And of course, it's not the daughter's fault. It's really, really sad.
Yeah, indeed. I'm just like, why your mom? But I hope the best for her. She's still my like one of best friend, and one of the things that I like about her is even though she's not 100% healthy, she's always like happy, and like if I ask her to hang up, like, okay, come on, yes, let's do that, let's do it. She's very adventurous, and I just like, please, God, just give her like help also.
Well, she can research about ways how she can support her overall health, like diet changes and exercises. But when there is a really difficult problem, all these things might not be so effective, and she needs to get care from an experienced specialist. And this is one of the things that we try to make more popular here in Bulgaria, that people need to consult with good specialists who have knowledge and experience in the field. And this is one of the things that we try to do. It is to inform women which are the specialists that might help them. At the moment, we are planning a very big campaign in March, which is the World Endometriosis Month. And a big part of this campaign is focused on free prophylactic exams in over 10 hospitals in the biggest cities in Bulgaria. We're hoping that many girls and women will have access to good healthcare, high quality healthcare.
Yeah, I hope so too, and I hope this project success.
Hopefully. Additionally, we plan to do a big online conference, which is also focused on the topic of endometriosis. It will combine the experience of many different specialists from different fields, medical doctors, alternative specialists, and holistic specialists, and psychologists also, because this disease has sometimes severe effects on the psychological state of the woman.
Basically, I think for myself, from my perspective, maybe if I didn't know you, I wouldn't be aware of it, and I think that the way you do the thing, you do it with also with the foundation, with the other ladies. It's really important to improve the conditions women in not only our country but all around the world, because I think not only in Bulgaria it's also like a topic that is being neglected.
Yeah.
But I also know that even in lots of Western countries, it's a topic that it's not being mentioned, and a lot of women from what I've read from you, from stuff that you share, and some stuff that I also researched, uh, they're just being suppressed for what they experience.
Yeah, yeah. This is still a very poorly addressed topic in many European societies, and not only European, in many societies around the world. Not only because of the taboos, but it is also a very personal topic. Reproduction is very personal for everyone, and it's very difficult to share about it. Having some pains and other systems related to the reproductive system might be very frightening and intimidating. The first time when I experienced symptoms, I didn't even realize that those were symptoms of something. I thought that it was normal, that all women feel pain during their periods. But actually, pain that stops you from going to school or from seeing your friends, from doing sports, from enjoying life and being a normal girl, this is not normal. And all girls and women need to understand it. So if you have any symptoms that disturb your normal life, you should definitely consult a specialist.
Yes, that's all addressed to our listeners. Please don't be so shy about how you feel. It's really unfortunate that many people don't get the support from their closest ones on this, because I think that's maybe the first step to really exploring what is going on.
Yeah, if a girl is having terrible pain during her period, then it's the place for the parents to take her to the doctors. For me, the really first symptom was terrible pain during my periods. Pain where I couldn't move, I couldn't stand up from the bed, and my parents were really concerned. So they spoke to the family doctors many times, but not all family doctors are really prepared to take notice of these symptoms and to recognize the disease. So even with the best intentions, they might miss out.
Or misinterpreted it.
Yes, many doctors believe that it's really normal to have pain during the period.
Okay, that's interesting.
How,
Well,
how long
yeah,
yeah, go yeah.
okay. Well, how about like if that girl doesn't have cramp during her period? Is that not normal or is that normal? Because in here it's kind of like confusing.
Well, it's very individual. It depends whether the girl has other symptoms. She might
Well,
have other symptoms and signs.
well, like me, since I got period, I never had cramp like my friend who cannot like walk or something like that. But sometimes I just like have my stomach is hurt not because the feel like it's not like cramp, but it's not like when I need to poop, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just like feel something like that, not like cramp until I cannot walk or I cannot get up, like my friend told me. So what do you think about that?
If a girl is having a regular period and if it's not painful, then it's probably a good sign. But of course, all women should consult gynecologist at least once a year. And I believe every girl should go to the gynecologist 1 year probably or 6 months after she has her first period.
I'd like to direct more to the point of the foundation. My first question is when did this thing started, like officially? How long ago?
Well, we met sometime in spring of 2018 and we were discussing, we started building our team. We decided that we want to make a foundation and wanted to develop the official documents like the statutes of the foundation and some other rules and procedures. And when we were ready with this, we went for the formal registration, which was in the beginning of 2019. Sorry. It was 21st of January 2019.
How did you get to meet each other? In what way?
It was very interesting. There is a support group in Facebook of women with endometriosis, and the other two ladies already knew each other. They were texting and sharing about their symptoms and stories. One of them was even having a blog about living with endometriosis.
Okay.
Yeah, which was actually the first in Bulgaria. And then they wrote in the Facebook support group that they're looking for ladies who are interested and would like to give into this. And then we met personally and started meeting occasionally to design our foundation together.
Wow.
Wow. It's for me. It's really great to hear this type of story. How you you made for something unpleasant, but you actually managed to build on that and make something that it's in favor and helping many people. So great job. I'm really like amazed.
Thank you. We often say that endometriosis is the worst club with the best people, and it's we have this very similar storyline. Like we are all very strong, independent personalities. We have very good careers and personal lives. But at some point, the endometriosis comes to remind us that sometimes we just need to show our weaknesses, because when you show your weaknesses, you can help someone with your story.
Really great story.
Thank you.
So now you mentioned that it's the most important month of coming up of your foundation.
Yes, March is the endometriosis awareness month in the whole world, and the color yellow is the color of endometriosis. So we're going to do a big awareness raising campaign. My colleagues will be appearing in TVs, radio shows, and additionally we will be publishing many articles on our website on various topics. We will continue to do our regular activities like supporting women emotionally, women who have endometriosis, and of course the two highlights of this year's campaign, as I said before, are the prophylactic campaign with the exams in different hospitals and the online conference, which will be free of charge and will take place on 27th and 28th March. There will be more information about this soon on our website.
Okay, so I would like to mention that we will share all these websites and pages in the description of our podcast. So please, when you're listening to this, go check them out and make yourself aware.
Encourage yourself, people.
I even remember that you made e-cookbook for Christmas, and it was cookbook for, if I'm not mistaken, for kind of a vegan recipes, and also for that diet food that helps the health of people with endometriosis, with women with endometriosis.
Yes, it's actually a book that lists different recipes which are anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
Because inflammation is a big part of the endometriosis. Endometriosis usually causes inflammation of different tissues in women's pelvic cavity. And so the diet is very important. Some women with endometriosis also have many food intolerances, like gluten intolerance and lactose intolerance. So our cookbook for the winter season included such recipes. Now we are preparing a spring cookbook.
Okay.
With seasonal products and seasonal recipes.
That's interesting. I wish we have that in Indonesia.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
Well, also if there is something that we missed and you would like to mention, you can always say it, because I think there is many things that we missed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a large topic, and we probably missed many things, but I think it's a good basis, the talk that we had. And to summarize it, it feels terrible and very lonely sometimes to be in pain, because pain is a highly individual experience. But when you meet people who feel in a similar way, you're no longer alone and you're much stronger. my foundation and the people I met helped me go through very difficult times. And now I like to use all these lessons learned and energy to help other people.
Okay, great, thank you. Oh, do you have some other questions?
Well, I wanna ask one thing. What are your hopes for if you can like spread the word into people like about your work? What will you want to share with them? What will you do and what will you tell them about this thing?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I would like every girl and woman to know that they don't have to be silent when they're in pain. They can find support. They can find help. It's very important to know that you're not alone. And also for the other people who don't have endometriosis or don't know anyone with endometriosis, I want them to know that it's not just a bad period. It's not just bad menstruation. It's so much more than this. There are sometimes different pains and symptoms that can completely turn your life upside down. And they need to be more understanding. They need to learn what it is and to be understanding of what we're going through. Besides from the pain and symptoms, there is a lot of other things that we experience, like stress, depression, emotional problems, also financial pressure sometimes, because when you have to go to the doctor like 10 times a year or more, when you have to make some very expensive tests, and many women with endometriosis can't work full time, and it can be really stressful.
Well, I hope like your foundation getting bigger and bigger, and you can like spread more word, spread about this thing into like more people. You can reach more people, and I hope that you can like encourage like women and children that like experience this period for the first time. And thank you for like literally encouraging me in this episode, because like first of all I don't like sometimes didn't think about my period, something like that. Sometimes I forget when I should have my period. And about what we talked before about this, and it's kind of like open my mind about like care about my own health, and take a look at my period. I'll take a look at like give more what you call care about these things. And yeah, thank you though for opening like my mind to this podcast.
And I thank you for helping me spread the word. It's very important, and I hope that all women and girls will take something for themselves from this talk, like having this habit to see the gynecologist at least once a year. It's very important self-care.
Thank you for sharing all this important information to us. Even sometimes a little bit hard to talk about this topic, but you really, in my opinion, you're really making a big change in what's happening, and it's really great to have these strong people in really working in a direction that makes an impact to the whole community. Thanks for sharing about yourself and your experience, and also about your foundation. Guys, once again, please check out our description. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and yes, we can always discuss about it. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Katy, for having you here once again. Hope you guys enjoyed it and you got a little bit more informed about the reproductive topics and the disease that come with it.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you again, Katy, for joining us. I hope you don't get
Thank you
bored with
for
us.
bringing my topic.
Indeed. Well, your topic and what are you doing is very important to the world and impact to the world. So I hope you have a very successful life and all of those good things. Thank you.
Bye bye.
And
Bye
goodbye,
bye.
guys. See you on the next episode.